My name is Nikki Roblero, and I was a director for the film Between the Lines.
Now, Nikki, what did you enjoy most about being the director?
What I enjoyed most about being a director was being able to see the work that goes behind the film. Making movies are not just about bringing a group of people on a set and telling them to memorize lines and then repeating them. Making a film means that director had a purpose for creating the film, having a vision that they wanted others to see through the screen. At the beginning of creating this film, I thought it was going to be easy, but I was incorrect. The work, the communication, the collaboration with my other teammates, the idea, the responsibility. This film was definitely more than just shooting a couple of actors. It meant putting an idea together, an idea that had meaning behind it.
Now, where did you get your idea for your film?
I had originally wanted to create a film that was related to teens, very relatable film to the 21st century. Many teenagers are emotional, depressing, stressed, have a much responsibility, they need love, caring. These characteristics of a teenager are very common in today's society. A very common dilemma in today's society is also not being able to fit with everyone else in society. In fact, this film is what it strives to portray a young man who wants to help a young girl open herself up to the world. You can tell this by being able to see that she sits in a corner, not being able to really speak to anyone and just takes her time, reading books to herself, really just all alone without really much or anyone to talk to at all. In the real world, there are people who do feel alone and helpless.
Hello, my name is Matt Shoemaker, and I am the cinematographer for Between the Lines.
All right, Matt. What kind of processes did you go through in order to prepare for the shooting of this film?
Well, the biggest process I would say was the research, and the various research that I did discerning the different shot types, how to use them, and the lighting especially, on how to create dramatic shot types. Since our film was a drama, I needed to become acquainted, well acquainted, best friends with the dramatic style that a cinematographer would have to know for shooting this sort of film. And for the most part, a lot of my experience with behind the camera on that side of things came from last year when we did smaller film projects as groups just for class assignments, but those I think really helped me prepare for taking up the role of cinematographer for this production. And overall, it was just a lot of time researching and practice behind the camera to get used to how it works, the settings, and how to shoot the different shots that I need to.
All right, Matt. What was the shooting experience like? Was it what you expected?
Kind of. I mean, like, yeah, I expected it to be shooting a film and whatnot, just the general, but I wasn't quite prepared for the lighting as much, just because most of last year's stuff was all outside or in a very well lit area, and in the library when we had like dark corners or dark spaces between the bookshelves, it was a little harder.
I am Michael Shoemaker. I was the editor for Between the Lines.
All right, Mike. What did you find to be the hardest part about editing this film?
I would have to say it is the need to reframe certain shots.
Can you elaborate?
Well, you see, the work of our cinematographer was good. The thing is, I found my way to how-to videos and tutorials about general editing tips and tricks, and I found that some shots needed to be reframed to both enhance the dramatic intent, but also to follow the basic rules of filmmaking. For example, keeping characters proportionally in the frame, otherwise known as the rule of thirds. I already had some editing experience, but I had to pull some auxiliary research in order to pull this film off.
Welcome to my world. And scene.